Hello, Sagittarius. I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, and this is your energy update for the week of the 24th of May 2021. Hope you're doing well. Be sure to check out your Sun, your Moon, your Rising, and your Venus signs for a full picture of what's going on for you, Sag. You can cross-watch for others as well, your loved ones, find out what's going on for them. I've got a live show live here on YouTube 3 times a week. It's called Psychic Cafe. I would love to see you in there. And I give private readings from my website, BeHealing.com. If you find that they're all sold out on my website, it's because I do them within 24 hours. So just check back 24 hours later. I do make some available most days. So, Sagittarius, what have you got going on this week? You've got immortality here. There's a warning here, Sagittarius, in not taking too many risks. That kind of bravado of nothing can harm me, I'll live forever, I can do this kind of thing forever. Yeah, I'm picking up a warning energy from that, so just be careful of that. Maybe if you're doing, I don't know, living like a teenager still, taking risks with your health or something like that. It could be something like that. Of course, your soul lives forever, but your body won't. And you want your body, well, I want my body to keep going as long as I can and be like fit and healthy and being able to enjoy this life in my body. I don't want it to get decrepit and old so that I can't enjoy life. You got cuddles here too, so you could have some love stuff going on, maybe meeting somebody new. Could be a week to prioritize love as well, to prioritize your loved ones, spend some time with them, sharing that love that you have for people with them, expressing yourself, letting them know that you love them, spending some time with them, quality time with your loved ones. You have the Eight of Swords, so there's a need to release yourself from some self-imposed binds here, something, the shoulds, you know, when we should all over ourselves, when we tell us that we should do something or have to do something. You got the Nine of Wands here, some healing to do. Because this is the wounded warrior. This is the one that's wary of kind of everyone because she's not healed the wounds yet. Tell us more. Wow. Sagittarius, you got the Wheel of Fortune here. Things are getting going now. Things are starting moving. And that could be like the wheels of fate. In other words, if you've been like taking risks, the wheel of fate could start turning and you could be getting manifestations from that. So say been partying too much, you could have a health issue come up because the Wheel of Fortune, it starts turning, things start manifesting from that. You could, what else could that be? I'll get some clarity about it. The Star here as well is the card of healing again, but it's also the card of, well, healing so your wishes can come true, right? Because there's not like some fairy godmother out there just granting wishes willy-nilly to people. We make our wishes come true by getting in alignment. Now, how do we get into alignment? Well, it's about getting on the same page as our higher selves, thinking the same way as our higher self does. And then we manifest our wishes coming true. So there's something about healing and releasing yourself this week that's very important. And you could be getting feedback from the universe. Well, you will be getting feedback from the universe, but especially so this week, especially if there's some risk that you've been taking. You'll be getting feedback about that. So, Eight of Swords, what is this about for Sag? The Eight of Wands. Releasing yourself from binds so that you can get moving forward. So you can start taking action toward what it is that you want. So this says to me, you're making excuses to not do something, to not move forward. Like, oh, well, I can't do that because of this. But it's just an excuse. And that excuse, what's really behind that could be this risk that you're taking. So, for example, because that might not be very clear. For example, where in my partying days, I was running this business, but I was partying a lot too, and I couldn't show up. I couldn't commit myself to doing like the live show that I do, Psychic Cafe. I couldn't commit to doing so many videos a week for YouTube. I couldn't commit to offering my readings and doing them within 24 hours like I do. I couldn't commit to any of that stuff because of alcohol, because of my partying ways. I was living like a teenager still, right? And yeah, I could make up excuses, and I was making up excuses as why, and it wasn't the real excuse of why. It wasn't about the partying and the alcohol and stuff like that. It wasn't the real reason behind it. I was making up other excuses, right, of why I wasn't doing that. And so there's this energy here this week of you, Sagittarius, unbinding yourself from that. The stories that you've been telling yourself to mask this risk-taking behavior, something that's not good for you, is wounding you. It's wounding you here as well. So or it could be because of wounding too. Oh, this is complicated. I quite like it. So yeah, you need to realize this week excuses that you've been making for not going ahead with what it is that you really want to do. To unbind yourself from the real reason that you're not doing it. So it's like, look deeper, Sagittarius. Look deeper this week. Don't believe your own BS excuses for why you're not doing something. Because yeah, we all do that. Like I said, I did it. And of course, with hindsight, I can see clearly. Because it's only when I stopped partying, decided not to do that, decided to do something more interesting with my life instead, that I could look back and go, yeah, and tell the truth to myself. Yeah, that's what I was doing. I was making up excuses for not doing it. Changes. And you know, the Wheel of Fortune, what I was getting from that was, you don't do it, the universe is going to amp things up and show you what it is that you're doing. So do you want to wait until the shit hits the fan, or do you want to preempt it now and make a good decision for yourself? I would suggest that one. Make the changes now. 9 of Wands. So there's a wounding here that's making you wary. Tell us what this is about for us, Sag. It's a healing week for you. Justice and the Ace of Emotions. So this is something to be healed. Something about a love offer and there was an injustice done to you. It's wounded you. Maybe someone left you. A love offer, you thought that they were going, maybe they committed to you, but they didn't stay, and it's wounded you. It's really hurt you. And then that could have been when you started doing something that wasn't good for you, and it's stopping you from other stuff, good stuff in your life too. There was an injustice done to you, it feels like, or that's what you believe within your heart, and it has something to do with a new start of love, an offer of love. It's wounded you, and you've not quite got over that yet. You need to get over that to break free of this. I'm just getting this energy of you spiraling downwards, and to wake up from that it's, I was going to say it's not normal behavior, but there's a lot of people doing that. So it's kind of normal behavior, but it's not healthy behavior, let's put it that way. It's normal behavior, but it's not healthy behavior. And that's the trouble, right? When there's a lot of unhealed people in the world. And then we can tell ourselves that story. That could be the story that you're telling yourself. Is that, well, I'm not as bad as them. I don't need to heal myself. I don't need to change this because I'm not as bad as them. But do you really want to be as bad as them, you know? You got forgiveness and abundance here. So it could be something like you not wanting to work hard because an ex took half of your money. Ex-wife, ex-husband took half of your money, a business that you built up before, and now you make excuses to not work hard because of that heartbreak. Could be something like that. Some forgiveness to do there. That's how to heal it. You need to forgive that person that did you an injustice there. Don't let them continue wrecking your life. If someone hurt you like that, why hold on to that and keep on letting them hurt you? Why continue hurting yourself? Why let it wreck the rest of your life? Let it go and start living your life for yourself. So the Wheel of Fortune. I don't want to see a tower here, but I feel like it's coming out. No, Ten of Emotions. Good. Yes. See, you can change this around. You can change this around. I was so worried that a tower was going to come out there. And you can change this around. So if you listen to this reading and you do this work and heal yourself and let those things go, you can turn this around. Ten of Emotions. Your wish is fulfilled. The happily ever after. You can have everything that you want. Things that will fulfill your heart. But there is significant change to make this week in order to make that happen. To get into that energy. From the downward spiral to the upward spiral is what it is. Yeah, Ten of Emotions is the upward spiral. Divine timing. Divine timing to do that. It's a great time to do that this week. To turn this around now. To not keep on going down that dark path. The Star. Then your wishes will be fulfilled. The Star is a card of healing too, and it's about wish fulfillment. Like I said when I pulled it out, it's not random. There's not a fairy godmother saying, oh, now you can have your blessings. No, we create that ourselves by getting in alignment. Now, when we're not loving ourselves, we're kind of being self-destructive. We're not healing ourselves and we're holding on to things. That's not in alignment with our higher selves, and so we don't get our wishes fulfilled. We don't get rewarded for bad behavior in the universe. We don't get rewarded for putting out dodgy energy. We get rewarded for putting out good energy, and it's mostly about the energy about ourselves, the energy we give to ourselves. So you got the Four of Voices out with this. So it's the healing. It's the card of healing. You're being called to heal this week before the shit hits the fan, Sag. Heal yourself, and then your wishes will come true. You're in charge of that. You've got the controls of that. Heal yourself. I mean, that's what my business is all about. Be healing. That's why I called it Be Healing, because I was going through massive healing at the time. I needed to. I was a mess. I'd been abused my whole life. I was a complete mess. I wasn't empowered at all. I had this gift. Lucky I did. Otherwise I'd be dead. And yeah, and I was just, every step of the way, every time I healed something and leveled up and got my vibration up a bit out of that victimhood and that mess that I was in, I'd get rewarded. Life would get better and better. And so helping other people do the same, you know. You've got movement into balance here. So it's time for you to move into balance. It's time, especially this week, to stop ignoring the path that you're going down here. That immortality. I told you, it's a warning. It's a warning. If you continue down this path, it's not going to lead you to those wishes being fulfilled. There's no fairy godmothers down that path. What's going on in your love life? Let your friends help you. Let your friends help you in your love life. Maybe it's more about friendships rather than love life this week. Because if you're going through this healing thing, it's not a good time to get into a relationship, because that's when we get into relationships with messed up people. When we're a mess, we get together with messes. So maybe this week it's more about friendships, getting help and socializing and getting that love that you need. We do need love from other people, but getting that through friendships instead of trying to get it through your love life. The energy is gaining momentum. Yeah, that's what I was getting from that Wheel of Fortune. The universe is going to get involved. So best to preempt that. We don't want that Tower card. Got ownership here, taking ownership of it, yeah. Taking ownership, so not being in that victim mode, taking ownership of what it is that you've done, of the energy that you're choosing now, of like the forgiveness and stuff like that, you know. Keeping hold of the pain, taking responsibility and ownership of that. You acknowledge your misdeeds and accomplishments alike and learn to love them all as lessons, right? So much learning going on for a lot of signs this week. It's not just you, Sag. Tell us more about Sag's love life this week. You have, unsurprisingly, the butterfly. Transformation. Relationship evolving to the next phase. Healing the inner child. Yeah, healing the inner child and growth. There's so much healing in this. So much healing. It's a call to healing, yeah, and they're not the most comfortable of calls for us to live through when we really need healing. You've got a short journey here. Needn't take a long time, this, but it's kind of confronting to face up to it first, especially if you're doing something destructive to yourself and ignoring that or making excuses for it. Like, it mightn't be a major thing. It's just that initial thing, that facing up to it, that's the major thing. You got tankard here, celebration, fun, enjoyment. You see, it could have something to do with that too. It could be the partying thing like I was doing. It's a great distraction when you're unhealed, partying. You got a dark woman here. I'm going to get some clarity on that, why the dark woman. But we've also got casket, someone going out of your life, the end of a situation. That's with the dark woman there. Let's get another couple out then. So there's a dark woman going out of your life or needs to go out of your life. Now that could be dark as in not colour of hair, dark as in very negative, very destructive. Dark woman going out of your life there. Give us more for Sag. Got this woman again. Dealings or relationship with a woman. So if you've been in this energy, you could have been attracting a lot of unhealed people with this dark energy around you. So it's probably a good time to check who you've got around you, what energies you've got around you. You've got, look, man, dark woman. You've got a lot of people here around you. You could have been socializing a lot, and it's not necessarily good energies. A lot of unhealed people hanging out together, downward spiral. It's time to get yourself out of that and onto an upward spiral. Beware of greed. So there could be people taking your energy here. Yeah, I don't like this energy. It seems to me like people leaning on you. You could be buying them all drinks. They could be taking advantage of you in some way, the people that you've been around because of this energy. It's a definite call to healing this week. Could be a wake-up call this week, you know, to get yourself out of this. I think it is. Let's get one more. There we go. Yeah, it might involve a fight as well. For some of you, this is quite specific, so it's not for all of you this, but for some of you, this energy that I'm picking up of all these people that are around you here, if you're realizing, yeah, that could be me. Not the greatest people around you, just a lot of desperate people, really unhealed people. There could be a fight involved with that to extricate yourself from that. So you're going to have to be strong to pull away from that. Be the warrior there, stand in your strength. So you might need to find that inner strength first. Got the maiden here, so it might make you feel quite not naive, young, inept kind of thing. Like you're headed into the unknown, into uncharted territory, and you know this life. you don't know the life that you're headed into, but that's okay because the universe will show you the way there. You got the one here, and I think it's time for you to realize that you are the one here. You're the one. You got to put yourself first, and you be the one. Heal yourself. Your life will be so different when you do that, like so different. And remember, you got the horse here. It's just a short journey. The biggest part is taking that first step, and the first step has to come from you owning up to it, taking ownership of it. This reading's like an AA meeting, but it's not necessarily that. It's that same energy though, but it's about being unhealed. It's not necessarily about alcohol or drugs or something like that, but it's really similar energy. So the first step is taking ownership of it, admitting to it, admitting that it's not ideal, and then extricating yourself from that. And sure, it's going to seem unknown, but you need to put yourself first. Because you're important, Sag. Your life's important too. You're going to learn a lot from this process as well. So there you go. There you have it. Sagittarius. If you like this reading, please click that like button and that subscribe button along with the notification bell. I do 2 or 3 pick a card reads, love readings a week. I do these energy updates for each sign. Be sure to check out your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus sign as well for a full picture, especially because this was so full on. What else do? I do the daily energy updates for all signs. And I do my live show 3 times a week, Psychic Cafe. Would love to see you in there. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support of my channel. Have the best week you can with all of these energies, Sag, and I'll see you next time. Bye.